Morning, everybody. It's a gorgeous morning. I think the last time I said that we got rained on a driveway, but it is a pretty nice morning. Sun coming up. We did this yesterday, about the same today, maybe a little bit less. I'm just going to film a little bit today since there was so much of just repetitive filming yesterday, pouring, finishing plain concrete. Everything went good, so I'll just video this, and then we have to jump down to the bottom and pour the apron, and we are done with this job. Hope you continue watching. Stay tuned. Okay, that was 10 yards, a little bit of leftover. We used it to hold our spreader in place. We'll let that set a minute. Number 2 is coming up the hill right now. We're gonna pull him right on the other side of that dumpster, right and hit the high side for this. I'm gonna send you with Corey, and you're gonna go get 10 more yards of concrete. So here we are in the front seat of a cement truck, cruising down the highway, heading back to the plant. It's about a 20-minute drive. Once you get out on the highway, the truck's empty. Roll pretty good. I'm, every bit keeping up with traffic, but loaded with concrete. They're sluggish and slow to get going and slow to stop. So give them plenty of room. The unique thing about these trucks is the driver sits in the center of the truck. Not on the left-hand side like we do on our regular vehicles. I asked them if that's a hard thing to get used to, and they said at first yes, but then you get used to it very quickly. You would think you'd be off the side of the road, sitting where you're used to sitting with that yellow line, but just like anything, you get used to it. So as we head back to the plant on this gorgeous morning, sun coming up, we'll head back here and get loaded, and we'll go over some of that. Okay, here we are back at the plant. We'll be passing another truck here that just got loaded, heading out to the job site. Up here, we'll make a left-hand turn into the plant. I'll see you down there. Okay, Corey's back here helping out. He jumps in the high lift and gets a load of sand, gets a load of gravel, fills up the bins, while Jason works the computer loading the right batch into the right truck. Everybody pitches in, keeps the plant running. This plant pours anywhere between 200 and 500 yards of concrete per day. So there's constantly material being delivered, and it needs put in the right bin and moved through the plant, brought over and dumped on into these bins that take it to a conveyor to batch it into each truck. So that's what Corey's helping out with right here, while his truck is underneath where we're at now, getting ready to be loaded. Next we'll head inside. So in just about every load of concrete we get, we always get fiber mesh. It comes in 1 yard bags, and you'll see Corey throw a couple of them in the truck right here. There's a handful of them. Let's see if he gets a good camera angle on it. There's the bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think he missed one. No, I'm sure they're all in there. I just gave him a camera, no headset or anything. So now he pulls under the bin, and what are we looking at here? We're at the bottom of the hopper, and I believe it's putting the cement into the truck. And shortly we'll see the conveyor belt running with the sand and gravel. There it is going up, and that dumps it right into the top of the truck. You can see the mixture of sand and gravel laying in that belt. Outside view. So a lot has to happen to get a load of concrete delivered to your job site. All these moving parts have to be working properly. Oh boy. They do a real good job at it. Our concrete is very consistent. We're going to go back and take the camera inside and go over the computers and all the batching ins and outs. Here we are filling the water tank, and obviously it's full. So he'll be shutting that off shortly, and back on the road, heading back in our direction. There he is, all washed in as he's leaving the plant, and we'll be heading back on the road shortly. This is about an hour and a half from the time he leaves our job site to the time he gets back. So half-hour travel, half-hour to get loaded, half-hour travel. And then we get 6 minutes to unload each yard of concrete. All right, we'll see you back at the job site. Okay, there it is, 20 yards. Tommy and Matt are on our 10-inch wide knee boards, going right down the joint. That way they don't harm the broom mark, and they can put a finished edge out with wet concrete on both sides of them. How we look. Okay, that's pretty good. It's a long cut. I like it. And how about this side? Good. Okay, 8 yards will be back shortly. 8.5 yards, and then we'll hit the sidewalk next. All right, you know what I'm gonna say.
Sip of coffee, drink of water, back to it.
Let's go. Okay, driver's back. Hopefully you got us some good footage. Pouring this strip right here. Going good. With our leftovers from our last pad, we have this little connector sidewalk. Easy to get this out of the way. So we'll get this mixer coming back for our main walk. That way we don't have to mess around with that expansion joint. It'll stay nice and straight. Okay, there it is. The driveway is all done. Just have to put a coat of sealer on this last pad, but we just got the forms off. Now we are free to pour the sidewalk. I called about an hour ago, right when we were done pouring this, so he should be here soon. Final truck. The guys put stubbies into the ground. That way we can bend our fiberglass right around to our holes going into the foundation. A lot of fill here. We'll see if this holds on as good as steel rebar. We'll get back to you in 1 year. Yeah, keep her going. Working it right up underneath that face. Uh, 7 yards. Or no, I'm sorry. 8 yards for this front sidewalk. Actually, I don't even remember what I got. I hope it's enough. What we try and look at on our front yards is our elevation. They wanted to be just underneath the porches, just a 6-inch step down, and that worked good with our driveway, but we don't want to trap water inside there. So as you can see, we have a slight hump to get our 6 inches, and then I just swelled it down ever so slightly right through here and rolled it back up to the door. Now you can see how the water in that planting bed should drain right out right here, right through there. We don't want it laying against the foundation and that stonework up there. But we're good. Okay, I'll just get some real quick footage of this. Have our cuts in. This is 6 foot wide, so we went every 7 feet with a cut, starting at our connector walk. We wanted a cut coming off of each corner, even though they're separate pours. For some reason, they'd like to crack right off of those corners if there's nothing there. 7 feet, right around the bend. Turning right up into the house. Just floating underneath that. If it needs to heave ever so slightly, even though we're rotted in, they might flex, but we want to be able to move just ever so slightly. A little bit more rubbing there. We'll be brooming this in seconds. I'm going to run down there and get an apron ready, and we'll be done with this project. Okay, as the guys are finishing up top, we have to pour this apron pad right here. Coming off of the road, they want concrete to the asphalt. Little connector sidewalk. We just have to be careful here. We found this box. Wires are not very deep. And then we have gas line over here. But we're just scratching the surface. We know where everything's at. It's all been marked. So one form right there, sidewalk. We'll have concrete coming shortly. Okay, this is our last pour on this project. We're down here at the main street. That driveway goes up to the house where we were just at. Little connector sidewalk, apron, sidewalk, just the property line. And then eventually they'll connect it up right there. This is an older plan. All the walks are all done. This is the last thing. I think I just heard the mixer coming in. Let's get this one wrapped up. Again, underway pouring. We're pouring this apron about 8 inches thick. They want to drive on it in about 6 days. So we just opted to go extra thick on the concrete. A little bit of lumpy concrete. I think we'll be fine. All right, let's get this on the ground. I'll talk to you soon. There it is, all poured. We decided to hold it down a little bit. I should have caught this earlier, but I just ran a 2x4 all the way and cut it out. I should have taken that down a little bit. We have a utility box there. I should have set height with it. Once I pulled it around there, it was way too high. Held it down. Fortunately, we were 8 inches thick. Not a big deal. I think it looks really good coming down and sort of leveling out for the apron. Same thing over here. We held both sides down just to even it out. So there's a better angle of what I was talking about. Held that down to work that utility box. Kept that same plane going across to this side. Right through there. Everything rolls in real nice. Let's get this done. I still have a fire pit area I need to dig out today. Okay. Just put our joints in. The guys are closing this up. We ran one down the center all the way to the curb. Now we're just going backside of sidewalk to backside of sidewalk. Cleaning up around that box. This is a good place where it's going to want to crack. So I just went off the center of the box. I'm not going to go off of each corner. Center of box. Close the center of box. Almost done with the cuts.
Almost.
Okay, want to throw it to me? Okay, final steps. Everything's broomed. Steve's finishing up the last pad. Anybody count the yardage here?
Someone did. What's the yardage?
30, 30, 67, and yesterday, 74. 74 yards, 2 days. Okay, a little bit of edging. All done. I'm going to go ahead and sign off there and get on cleanup. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Send your comments. Any questions? I read them all, and I don't mind any of the criticism at all. I'm getting choked up a little bit. Just kidding, Dustin. Okay. Thanks for tuning in to Conquer with the Hosses. See you soon.